singer Jason David.
Admitted to the hospital.
Surgery has begun.
Stage 4 cancer.
Cancer of the tongue.
Stage 4.
Removing 80% of his tongue.
We are in shock.
His music career is over.
He will never sing or speak again.
This is the end of Jason David.
He will never sing again.
What will he do next?
How do you come back from this?
Heartbreaking news.
There are just no words. Thoughts and prayers.
The cancer has spread throughout his body.
Someone called when a dream dies, where does it go? How do I get there to the land of lost hope?
15 surgeries later.
He has no voice. He cannot speak. Starting from nothing.
How do I get
Like
there?
cancer.
How do I get there? My dream died. My dream died. I was wide-eyed and still alive. My dream died. And my mom cried. And my doc tried. And I know this the diagnosis go toe to toe with my pride. And every line if I didn't tell you I was not fine. And every line if I didn't tell you I quit trying. Cause the truth is he was ruthless. And she knew this. She fought to get me through this. I told my wife for better or for worse, but it's been worse. Only worse, stuck in a bed, not home with her. Stuck and they said go rent a hearse. And then told her forget the nurse. Not much more we can do with her. So I watched her week with the doctor's word. But I was gonna grow with her. And we were gonna try and change the world. But now I can't sing, can't dream, can't be. The me and those wedding photos in the polo. You know the one she married. But I promise you I'm coming home. And that's where you won't end up alone. When a dream dies, so fall asleep. Open up your eyes, yeah. How did I get here? How did I get here? Yeah.
I'm here with Jason David. So you lost 80% of your tongue to stage 4 cancer, almost died. In fact, you wanted to die. You wanted to give up and stop fighting cancer. Tell us what happened.
It was 9 p.m. in the hospital on a very dark night. I was giving up. My wife walked in and she just knew. And she didn't know what to do.
What did she do?
She sang.
What did she sing?
She sang my favorite hymn. From the clouds up, every blessing, from the heart to sing that praise. Yeah. But she forgot the words, so she made up her own words.
Really?
And to this day, I remember those words.
What words?
She sang, you are good, God. You are good, God. You are good, God. You are good. For 3 hours, she sang. You are good, God. With tears streaming down her face, she sang. Her voice quivering, her heart broken, she sang. And as she sang, I felt the peace and presence of God enter that hospital room. You are good, God. Yeah, you are good, God. Yeah, you are good, God. Oh, you are good. Yeah, you are good, God. Yeah, you are good, God. You are good, God. So good. Yeah. Let me hear you sing, church. You are good, God. Oh, you are good, God. You are good, God. Oh, you are good. and days. But as she sang, I drifted off to sleep in the peace and presence of God. She didn't give up. She didn't let me give up. They said I'd never speak or sing again. But then,
A new song is going viral.
Have you heard this song?
He calls himself I Am Untitled.
I am untitled. I am untitled.
6 million views.
6 million views.
6 million views in 2 weeks.
It's a hit song.
Breaking the internet. These walls.
These walls.
These walls.
With almost no tongue.
No tongue. He was told he'd never
Sing again.
He was told he would die. He was told he would die.
Is this the same guy?
Is this the same guy?
You're watching the impossible.
2 years ago, he lost everything.
2 years ago, he lost everything.
But now he's back. A new song and a new name.
Refusing to give up.
Refusing to give up.
Pursuing a new dream.
Pursuing a new dream.
This is a miracle.
He just won't quit. What will he do next?
I'm a blank canvas. Welcome to the Blank Canvas Tour. Thank you so much for spending your 4th of July weekend with us. And thank you, Pastor, wherever you are, Pastor Justin, for just taking someone's word for it. I hope this you don't regret it. Pastor Justin has made us feel so welcome here, and I really appreciate it because I was at one church where the pastor forgot my name, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the cancer guy." And everyone was like, "Yay, cancer, cancer, cancer." That was my least favorite introduction. I never wanted to be known as the cancer guy. When I was 5, my mom asked me, "Jason, what do you want to be when you grow up?" You know what I didn't say? Cancer guy. Because I'm so much more than just a cancer guy, right? Because I've been bitten by a seagull, and nobody ever talks about this. Never had a pastor forget my name and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the seagull guy." It was like, "Yay, seagulls, mine, mine, mine." That has never happened. I've been sprayed by a skunk. Nobody talks about this. My wife and I are from San Diego, California, and I want to apologize about being from California. But we used to own this cute little black furry bunny, and we named him Snickers. Snickers, because he looked delicious. And the sun was going down, so I told my wife, "Let's go outside and bring him in before it gets too dark and we lose our bunny." I said, "It's real simple. Just go outside, look for black fur. Look for black fur." And guess what? I found some black fur, and it sprayed me. So I ran inside the house to find a weapon to defend myself with. But like I said, we're from California. We don't have weapons. So I found some avocados that were going bad. And I started chucking these avocados. And he came back with his entire family and had a free meal on me. So that backfired. I've been chased by a beaver in Colorado. I was with my grandparents. Came within 1 foot of biting my foot. Now, anyone here familiar with C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia? Yeah? All lies, all right? Beavers are not the good guys. That was a lie from the armpit of Satan. I have been ambushed by a possum. I was like 6. My mom said, "Jason, go do the laundry." The laundry was in this outdoor closet, so I go outside, I open the closet door, and on the dryer is this little demon. Because, you know, like possums have fangs. So I slammed the door, I ran inside, I was like, Mom, there's a demon in the closet. I knew God told me not to do laundry. And she cast that possum out. I have been tackled by a Rottweiler. And I don't even have any jokes for this. I'm still in therapy. And I've been kicked in the stomach by a sheep. That one, that's the sheep. That's me dressed as King David holding a demon sheep. But even though those were pretty scary, to tell you about the scariest animal that ever tried to eat me, I need to take you with me to the beaches of San Diego. Go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Can you hear the seagulls and the winds and can you feel the wind in your face? You feel that? It's crazy. Oh yeah, take a nice whiff of the weird politics. Okay, you can open up your eyes. You're in California. Oh wait, take me back to the beach. Take me back to the beach. We gotta set the mood here. All right, so you're in California. Any men married in the room? Put your hands in the air like you still care. So you're now in the first 2 years of being married. You're still trying to impress your wife, right? You're like, no, honey, you made the right decision. Your mom was wrong, right? And then after 2 years, you're like, this is who you married, and you stop wearing cologne. So my wife and I, we were in the first 2 years, and I thought, you know what would really impress her? I'm gonna take her to the beach. We're gonna rent a longboard, which is like a long surfboard for people who are not athletic. And we're gonna go deep into the ocean, and she's gonna think, wow, what a man. He's so brave. Instead, my wife said, Jason, I don't know. I'm scared of sharks. I said, honey, this is San Diego. We don't have any sharks in the ocean. They're all locked up at SeaWorld, no parole, all right? If you want, we can go there. We can feed the inmates, you can pet the inmates, but they're not in the ocean. So we go out there past all of the waves. And I mean, like no more waves left. Like, we are deep into the ocean. And like, because we're not athletic, we're just like sitting on the board. Our feet are dangling in the water. And all of a sudden, my wife starts like getting real nervous. And I start noticing that the board is like shaking. And then it's because she's shaking. And then all of a sudden she starts breathing like really hard, and she starts screaming. And I never heard the sound, but she just screams, shark! And out of nowhere, oh my goodness, I heard this! Out of nowhere, what are you doing? Okay, thank you for that. Out of nowhere, this shark comes out and just starts circling our board. Now at this time, I got a little nervous, but then he swam away. And I thought, okay, well, it's okay. But then not even 2 minutes later, that shark came back with 2 additional sharks, and now 3 sharks are circling our board. Now, at this point, my heart is starting to move, and as manly as I could, I lifted my feet out of the water, and I sat on the board, and as these 3 sharks are going, my wife is shaking so bad that the board is beginning to tip, and we're about to fall into the water and die, which at that point would be her fault. So I knew I needed to say something, I needed to do something to calm her down, something to get her to stop shaking the board. So I said, honey, do not fear. God is with us. I didn't mean it. I didn't feel God at all. But as soon as I said those words, now remember, we had gone past all the waves, but as soon as I said God is with us, a wave came out of nowhere, picks up our board, and begins taking us all the way back to the shore. Now at this time, the shore was littered with tourists, thousands of tourists, mostly from Arizona. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't try not to hit them. I just held on for dear life, but somehow that board zigged and zagged, and we didn't hit a single Arizonian. Now, I get back to the shore, and my phone is ringing. I answer it. My mom. She said, Jason David? And that's when I knew I was in trouble, because you see, David is my middle name. My last name is actually Schleider, but people keep pronouncing it Slutzer, and it's very hard to preach after the pastor says, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from California, we have a Slutzer. So that's not even a joke, that is why, literally, this has happened, this is my life, this is why I go by the name Jason David. Turns out my mom let my 5-year-old brother name me. 5 years old! There's so much power for a 5-year-old. I was this close to being named Poop Nugget. But thankfully, he named me after his best friends, and that's how I got my name, Jason David. But I've learned, when your mom says your first and middle name back to back, means you should run, means you're in trouble. She said, Jason David? I said, yes, Mom. She said, are you okay? And I said, well, we were just surrounded by sweet sharks. And my mom said, I knew it. I knew you were in danger because 5 minutes ago, God dropped it in my spirit to pray for you. Sure enough, we get home, it's all over the news. Stay out of the ocean, stay out of the water. There's been a shark infestation. They will bite. It's not safe. Steven Spielberg's making another movie, and you need to stay out of the water. That was so traumatic, we turned it into a comic book. So that's me on a surfboard. There's the sharks. There's the beaver. There's the seagulls that bit me. But my wife and I, we met as teachers, and something we learned, when you are teaching kids like a deep spiritual truth, they need time and they need different ways to process it. Different learning styles, right? You got audio, visual, with hands. One of the best ways is to create a workbook, coloring pages, fill in the blanks, games, activities, action stories that will help them process what they've learned. So, everything that I'm about to preach today, from here on out, we have placed in this comic book all the Bible stories, all the Bible verses, and of course, all the animals that tried to kill me. And hopefully this can be a great resource if your kids or grandkids are here. It will help them to process today's message. But at this point, it does feel like we have survived half the animal kingdom. And yet, even though I've survived all those animals, I'm still known as the cancer guy. And I always hated how we can take someone's entire life, all their accomplishments, and then reduce them to one label, cancer guy. And usually we identify and label people based on their tragedy, their disability, based on the worst day of their life. But you are so much more than your tragedy. You are so much more than the worst mistake you've ever made, so much more than the worst thing that ever happened to you. And when we define people by their tragedy, they begin to believe that their tragedy defines them. So today we're going to talk about some of these labels, but I do understand how I got this label, because I lost 80% of my tongue to stage 4 cancer. 80%. I lost so much of my tongue that they had to build a new one. So, I don't know if you can see this chunk of my arm right here, that entire chunk. They took that chunk of my arm and they built a new tongue and they put that in my face. So you know how some people say they speak with their foot in their mouth? I am speaking with my arm in my mouth. Although my wife will tell you I speak with both my foot and my arm in my mouth. Now, I know we got some kids in here. Do you guys want to hear something crazy? Like real crazy? So, you know how your arm grows hair? You know how your arm grows hair? It was luscious. It grew like it was in a hot, moist swamp. It was tickling the roof of my mouth. I felt like a kitty cat coughing up hairballs. I have good news for you. I went through 8 weeks of chemotherapy, 35 rounds of radiation. They shot lasers through my face, and it killed all the hair cells on my tongue. So now my tongue is the equivalent of a middle-aged man having an identity crisis, because my tongue has gone bald, and it just bought a motorcycle, all right? Only one of those things is true. But yeah, I have a bald tongue. When I did that surgery, 15-hour surgery, my doctor told me, Jason, you're never going to be able to speak again, never sing again. And for a long time, I couldn't speak. By the time I could speak, I was stuck with a permanent speech impediment, and I now sound like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. Anyone here familiar with Ice Age? Do you want to hear my Sid the Sloth impression? They left without me. They do this every year. Why? Does anybody love me? And anyone cares about Sid the Sloth? So there you go. That's my Sid the Sloth impression. And I didn't even have to try. The number one question I get on tour, Jason. Oh my goodness, Jason. Are you the actual voice of Sid the Sloth from Ice Age? No. Check my bank account. They're not paying me. The actual voice of Sid, he's a professional comedian, voice actor. He did the voice of Bruno from the cartoon Encanto, but we don't like to talk about that. And the second most common question I get, Jason. Oh my goodness, Jason, are you the voice of Larry the Cucumber from VeggieTales? No! But I have been asked so many times if I am Sid the Sloth that I decided to write a song about it.
He sounds like Sid.
Yup, it's true. Yes, I do. I sound like a kid's cartoon. Yup, it's true. Let me tell you a tale or two.
Meet Jason, a wee little boy with dreams to be a rapper. Oh, look at the little guy go. Oh, wait, what's this? His new nemesis, cancer.
My doc told me I had really bad luck. That's not scientific though, I looked it up. But you know what? At least I sound like that dude from my favorite cartoon when I was growing up. Sid the Sloth, that was his name. I see you do the cruise up on the movie Ice Age. It's true. He was my fave and I used to do impressions of him on the stage. They left without me. They do this every year.
It's in the slot.
28 years old, diagnosed stage 4. Lost my tongue, oh no. And now I talk like so. Rapper with the list, rapping with the twist. Now I sound like this. Wish I didn't rap with such a list. So rap without a tongue, man, I feel so dumb. Maybe I should hum. Nah, everywhere I go, people gotta know. Are you the voice from my favorite show? Are you Larry the vegetable? And I'm like, no, I'm not a vegetable.
It's now time for silly songs of the limit. Wait, you're not Larry. Larry!
Are you Sid? Yes and no. The same actor voice from Encanto. Well, I hate to disappoint, so I'm like, yeah, we don't talk about Bruno. With cancel culture, with cancer, and cancer, with writing stands and treating knowledge we used to feed. With cancel culture, with cancer, and cancer, with writing stands and treating knowledge we used to feed. At last I dream, this is me. I sound like Sid every time I speak. I sound like him, it's embarrassing, but I won't quit. You sound like Sid, that's what they say. You sound like Sid, that's okay.
So, whatever this is.
When I first heard my voice, I wanted to cry. It was bad enough, they said I would die. Are you telling me that though I survive the rest of my life, I'm gonna sound like I'm 5? Yo, the other day on the phone, calling the store. I wanted to tell her, like, I'm kinda old, but she was extra helpful. I wanted to quit, I wanted to hide, to never make a sound for the rest of my life. But then I realized that in my silence, as I got quiet, cancer tried. No way, cancer cannot win, to take more from me than it already did. So I'm back, though I may sound mid, cause I sound like shit. You sound like Sid, that's what they say. You sound like Sid, that's okay. You sound like Sid, that's what they say. You sound like Sid, that's okay. To all my friends just like me, fighting these disabilities, who'd rather hide than to be seen. Step on out into the light, let you and I begin to shine. Show the world how we can dream. You were meant to be seen, you were meant to be heard. You have a voice, you are a gift, you are valued more than words. You are love, you have worth, you have purpose on this earth. So step into the light and let's begin to shine. It sounds like Sid. Step into the light. It sounds like Sid. Oh, please don't hide. It sounds like Sid. Step into the light. It sounds like Sid. Please don't hide. So yeah, I get called Sid the Sloth, and of course, the cancer guy. And it used to really bother me and kind of hurt my feelings until I remembered what God says about you and me. in the book of Ephesians. Take a look at this. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. For we are God's workmanship. Let me hear you say workmanship. Created in Christ Jesus to do good works. Another translation says handiwork. Let me hear you say handiwork. My favorite translation says we are God's masterpiece. Let me hear you say masterpiece. But the actual Greek word being used here is poema. Let me hear you say poema. Say it like you're not depressed. Poema. Which eventually will inspire the English word poem. Now, I love to write poems. I love to write songs. And I thought maybe if I was to show you my songwriting process, it might bring these verses to life. So we're going to write a poem. We're going to write a song right now, right here, on the spot, total improv. To prove it's improv, you get to pick what I'm going to sing about. So now we'll get deep and spiritual later on. For now, just what's something fun you would like me to sing about? Just yell it out. Something fun you want me to sing about. Cookies. Love it. What's your name?
Colton.
Colton, do you have a favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. Well, I already know what I'm going to sing about because it's a little triggering for me. My nickname in junior high was Chocolate Chip Cookie because I had so many pimples. Thank you. Let's sing about it. All right. This is dedicated to Colton. Say, no, thank you. Yeah. Well, I went to this really cool church today. And let me say, it really made an impact. That was dumb. I'm sorry. 'Cause I met this cool kid named Colton. And I said, what'd you like me to sing about today? And he said, cookies. And then I started to cry. And he asked me why. And I said, 'cause in junior high, my nickname was Chocolate Chip. And he was like, why was that it? And I said, 'cause I had so many pimples. And I'm a little sensitive about it. You know, some people are sensitive about their wrinkles. But honestly, that's nothing compared to having 100 red dots on your face in the middle of junior high and your grandma just bought you braces. Talk about bad timing. So there I am, not smiling, 'cause they might see my braces. And they might notice how they match the color of my red pimples. And I avoided wearing the color red for so long, even to this day. That's why I'm wearing all white on stage, 'cause I think about that day when they called me Chocolate Chip. And now when I see cookies, I won't eat it. Especially if they have red sprinkles on it. It's just too much for me. Also, there's too much sugar, and you should probably cut that out of your diet anyway. So thank you for the memories, all of you chocolate chip cookies. Oh, if anyone asks me why, I'll just say it was rough in junior high. But then, one day, maybe in college, the first pimple disappeared. And I said, there's a God. It's a miracle. But I still refuse to eat chocolate chip cookies. All right. Sorry I made that about me. It should have been about you. What would you like me to name that song? Don't say chocolate chip. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're gonna name it chocolate chip cookies. Now here's the thing. Actually, when I'm writing a song, I won't give it a name till I finish writing it. Like for example, if I was to continue writing that song, I would probably start shifting it about either the power of our words and the damage they can do. The things that, I'm 37, I still remember that. Like, that's kind of pathetic and sad. Probably also should get therapy. But I was busy talking about the Rottweiler. But, if I was to keep writing that song, it'd probably become something about labels and the power of our words, or I don't quite know yet. And I won't know till I finish it, and therefore, I probably won't give it a title till I finish it. Because if I was to give that song a name right now, it might not really characterize the song properly, because by the time the song is done, it might be so much deeper. And so I've learned I never give a song a title till I finish it. So right now, this song is untitled. Does that make sense? Now, I believe God is the same way, because take a look at the book of Philippians. I love this verse. 1:6, being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it. So he's begun it, but he hasn't completed it yet. So, if I am God's poem, if I am God's poema, if I am God's song, and he's still writing my song, that means that right now I am untitled, which means the labels of this world do not apply to me. Cancer guy, tongue boy, Sid the Sloth, those are not my labels. In fact, the Bible says in the book of Revelation, right, everyone in this room, when you get to heaven, God has a new name, a new label. For every person in this room, a name that nobody else knows. Why? Because he's still writing your poema. So right now, you are untitled. So when people try to say, you're too skinny, too fat, too white, too black, too this, too that, none of those labels apply to you, because those people didn't make you. We can't allow their words to make us someone who we are not. Sir, do you speak French? Okay, praise God. Hi, nice to meet you. If you did, this wouldn't work. So if I came up to you and I spoke French, would that sentence mean anything to you?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. But what if it was the meanest thing that anyone's ever said to you, but in French?
I'd be unfazed.
You'd be unfazed, right? And I would never do that to you because I don't speak French. But, no, I would never say something mean to you. But even if I said the nicest thing to you, it wouldn't increase your mood, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
No, because you don't value that language. You see, you and I, too often, we value the language of earth more than the language of heaven. Because God has some amazing things to say about us. And those tend to not really do anything for us. But then other people will say stuff, and man, we let affect us. We make that our label. We walk in that identity of what other people say. In fact, sometimes our entire existence is us performing in order to make people change the label they gave us. That's what junior high is. That's what high school is. It's us performing so that we can change the label we're given. Like sometimes we'll have a certain friend group in junior high. When we get to high school, we realize that friend group isn't going to help me in high school because now I'm getting this label and I really want to have this label. And so I change the way I talk, the way I dress, the jokes I make, the friends I have. I change everything about me just so they will change their label about me. And then you graduate high school and you realize you don't even care anymore. And you wasted so many years in anxiety, struggling with identity, caring so much about people who are not writing your poema. See, the only person that matters, the only opinion I need is God's opinion, because at the end of the day, he's the one who's going to actually give me my official label. But until then, I am untitled. I want to give you an example of what the Bible says about this. I want to introduce you to the most labeled person in the entire Bible. But to do that, I need a brave young volunteer. Do you have any? Oh, wow, I saw your hand immediately. Are you willing to do whatever? Dangerous. All right, come over here. All right. Let's, can you, come up here without dying? Yeah, maybe that might be, just some parkour. Thank you. All right. All right, perfect. You stand right there. Awesome. What's your name?
Leland.
Leland. Oh, awesome name. You probably get this all the time. There's a band name. Okay, all right. So, all right, Leland. Today you get to play a leper. So thank you so much for that. A leper, I'll oversimplify. A leper was someone in the Bible times who had a skin disease, a nerve disease, where they couldn't feel pain. And that sounds like a good thing, but the problem is when you can't feel pain, you can't fix it. When you're hiding from pain, when you become numb to pain, that's not doing you any favors, because now you cannot address it and fix it. So, any leper will tell you, this is not a superpower, it's a super curse. Because they'd be going through town, stub their toe, hit the arm on a rock, they wouldn't even feel it. What happens then if you can't feel it? You get scratched up, you break bones, they get infected, limbs fall off, and society said you are so disgusting that you have to live on the outside of society in leper colonies, and we're going to give you a label and make you identify yourself by this label. Does anybody know what the label was? Anybody? Yes, unclean. Leland, we're going to put it on the screen, unclean. And what you had to do is, let's say this is the town. When you came to town, you had to yell, unclean! As loud as you can. So let's practice. All right, I'm in the back of the town. I need to hear you from all the way back here. You're going to yell, unclean, 3, 2, 1. Hey, nice. So give up for Leland. Now, Leland, not only did you have to yell that, but society said we don't even want to look at you. So you need to cover yourself from head to toe in bandages. So Leland, my wife is sneaking up behind you with a toilet paper launcher. And here's what we're going to do, Leland. I'm going to have you stand over here just so you don't fall off the stage. When my wife begins to shoot, you need to wrap yourself from head to toe as a leper. So go ahead and grab that and get ready. And we just can't see you anymore. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go for it. All right, here we go. You're doing great, Leland. There you go. Oh, you're doing great. Head to toe. Oh, no, just start. There you go. Become the leper. Yes. Hold on. Sorry, we TP'd your church. All right, there we go. And all right, we have a leper. Give up for Leland. Aren't you glad you volunteered? So Leland, one day, this leper came to Jesus. So go ahead and come towards. All right, perfect. Let's go right there. All right, you actually did that really well. All right, the leper comes to Jesus, and the leper says, Jesus, if you are willing, you can make me clean. Now, don't upload this on TikTok unless you have Leland's permission, all right? All right. Now, if you are willing, I want to emphasize the word if. Everyone say if. If you are willing, you can make me clean. Did you notice that the leper didn't say, Jesus, can you heal me? Because the leper knows Jesus can. It's not a question of Jesus, can you? It's Jesus, do you even want to? Now, that's a heartbreaking question. I believe if someone has to word a question like this, it means they've been hurt before. It means maybe there's a time where the leper, because you're not a leper. I hope not. All right. The leper came to town. Maybe the leper said, help me. And the town said, who do you think you are? You're not one of us. Go back to your people. Go back to your leper colony, you outcast. How dare you come here asking for our help? And so now this leper has had to maybe change the question, can no longer assume that someone wants to help. So instead of saying, can you help me? The leper has to say, hey, I know I'm a burden. I know I shouldn't even be asking you. I know I'm supposed to be back in my leper colony, but if you can just find it in your heart, I really need some help. And I'm afraid that this leper has maybe begun to believe that they are the very thing that society says they are, unclean and unloved. And worst of all, maybe this leper has begun to believe that God thinks they are unclean. Because the leper has to say, Jesus, I don't even know if you want to. Maybe I'm not worthy. But if you can find it in your heart, Jesus, I know you have the power, but do you even want to? And what did Jesus say? I am willing. And he reached out and he removed all the toilet paper. You're good to go. Give up for Leland. You are healed. Leland, my gift to you is all of that toilet paper. If there's another pandemic, you will thank me. One more time, good for Leland. Allie, make sure Leland doesn't die. Thank you, Leland. Now, appreciate you. Yes, I should have made the stage cleaner. All right. I believe that this leper got healed twice. Twice. The second time was when Jesus physically healed the leper, right? Removed the leprosy. The first time was when Jesus said, I am willing. Because nobody in this leper's life had ever been willing. Nobody. Every time they came to town, people would slam the door, close the window, hide your kids, hide your husband, hide your wife. They would just hide. Every time. Anytime someone looked at this leper, it was with a look of disgust and hatred. Anytime someone spoke, it was harsh. So this leper comes to Jesus. Already has the shield up. Already trying to protect the heart. Saying, Jesus, I know I'm unclean. I know I probably shouldn't even be asking you this, but I know what you're capable of. I just don't know if I qualify. I know you raised the dead. You healed the blind. But maybe I deserve what I have. So I don't know if I qualify as the type of person you're willing to associate with, but if you are willing, I know you can heal me. And then I like to imagine the leper braces for another harsh word. Another, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? And as the leper braces for it, Jesus says, hey, friend. Yeah, I'm willing. I want to. I imagine the leper's like, what? Can you say that again? Because for the first time in this leper's life, somebody didn't run. For the first time in this leper's life, somebody didn't hide. For the first time when someone made eye contact, it wasn't a look of disgust. It was love and compassion. And when someone spoke, the words were not harsh. They were gentle and kind. Jesus said, I want to. I am willing. And I believe those words were more important for this leper than even the physical healing. Because Jesus, he doesn't see unclean. He sees untitled. He sees past all the labels, and he sees a blank canvas that he can turn into a masterpiece. That's the power of our words. Our words can do a lot of damage with labels, but at the same time, our words can breathe so much life. And I would like to show you an example. When I was sick, and they knew it, they spoke love. Jason was a good singer. Jason was a good friend. Jason was, and I thought, wait, I'm not dead. I wish I knew you felt this way about me when I was 17 and had anxiety. These words would have meant the world to me. But now they're saying I might have one more year to go. And finally I am hearing words that make me feel so old. But it's too late to hear them as my body leaves my soul. Why do we wait for funerals? Leave flowers at the door, 'cause I won't need them anymore when I am going to my forever home. I won't be at the funeral, so leave speeches on the floor. There I know you will teach my new hope. Speak love to me now. yeah. But I'm still in this town, yeah. Speak love to me now. Speak love to me, yeah, yeah. Speak love to me, yeah, yeah. And I'm no saint, I'm as guilty as the rest. I have the nicest words to say, but I keep them in my chest. I guess I've been waiting to get the news that it's my turn to speak at your funeral too. And that's when I will cry and things will get surreal, 'cause you'll hear what's been in my heart and how I really feel. But you'll be busy dancing, so I don't think you'll care at all. Maybe I should say them to you now, and I'll leave flowers at the door, 'cause you won't need them anymore when you were dancing free on you. Oh, forget about the funerals and say the words to give them hope. While I'm alive, I love to hear you, so speak love to me now, yeah. Speak while I'm around, but I'm still in this town, yeah. Speak love to me now. I have a question for you. Why do we wait till we are dead and dying to say the words we couldn't say while we were still alive? And why do we wait for silly eulogies? Your words mean nothing in the end, but they mean everything to me now. Speak while I'm around, oh yeah. But I'm still in this town, yeah. Speak love to me now. Speak love to me. Speak love to me. Speak love to me, yeah. Speak love to me. Speak love to me. My friends, when I was in the hospital, I needed somebody to speak love to me, somebody to speak life over me, and that's exactly what my wife did for me. I want to paint you the picture. Let me paint you this picture. I wake up in the hospital and I can't, 15-hour surgery. I wake up in a panic. I don't know where I'm at, and I can't breathe because my tongue was so swollen. So because of the surgery, so I couldn't breathe through my mouth. And I had feeding tubes in my nose, but this caused my nose to clog up with blood, so I couldn't breathe through my nose. And just in case that might happen, they put a tube in my neck for trach, but it got clogged up, so I couldn't breathe because of the mucus. I couldn't breathe through my neck, my mouth, or my nose, and all of a sudden, I started to suffocate, and my heart rate would go up, and the monitors would go crazy, and the nurses would run in with a thin vacuum tube, and they'd shove it down my throat and suck everything out, and then 15 minutes later, it would clog up again, and for about 3 days, every 15 minutes, I would suffocate and just shake and convulse, and I couldn't get air, and it was just panic and fear and anxiety and so much pain. So they put me on pain medicine to help with that, but the problem with pain medicine is it blocks you up from using the restroom, and that can kill you. So they gave me this other medicine that helps your body to function and use the restroom, but the problem is one nurse ended her shift by giving me that medicine, and the next nurse began her shift by giving me that medicine. And I don't know if you've ever been overdosed on poop medicine, but it is a party downtown, and not the kind of party you want to be invited to. And I remember the most humiliating moment of my entire life. I've never felt less of a human. I've never felt less of a man. I'm sitting on the cold bathroom floor of the hospital, literally sitting in my own waste, covered in my own blood, mucus, vomit, and tears. And I'm shaking, and I'm screaming, but I can't make a sound. And in that moment, all my brain could remember was the doctor said, Jason, it only gets worse for the next 5 days. And I thought, 5 days? I can't even do 5 more minutes. It was in that moment, they cleaned me up, they put me back on the hospital bed, they reattached all the tubes. It was in that moment that I decided, I quit. This pain is too much. Now, I hadn't slept in 3 days, so I wasn't thinking straight. But all I knew was, if the pain hurts this much, and I can't do another 5 days of this, there's one thing I know that can stop me from hurting, and that's if I'm dead. So I began to look around the hospital room to figure out how to die. I grabbed my phone and I typed, easy ways to die. Easy ways, because I'm not trying to hurt myself, I'm just trying to kill myself. Because I don't want to hurt anymore. And I don't want to fight anymore. I got nothing left, I'm exhausted. And I just don't think it's become worth it at this point. And the real problem was, I gave into hopelessness. You see, hopelessness is the belief that you are stuck, that life will never get better. And that's such a lie. It's not true. But when you give into that belief, when you let your mind go there, that's when you enter a very dark place of despair. And I allowed my mind to go there, and I just wanted to die. It was at that moment that my wife walked in. She took one look at me and she just knew, my husband is giving up. And she didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to say. But sometimes when words are not enough, that's when it's time to sing. Because the most powerful thing you can do in any moment of despair is to worship God. When you've got nothing left, that's the time. The truth is, that's well past time that you put it in His hands. So my wife began to sing my favorite hymn. Come now, found joy, every blessing to my heart to sing that great strength of mercy never ceasing. Carve songs of endless praise. But she forgot all the words because it's a long hymn. So she made up her own words. Total improv. She thought to herself, what's the one thing in this moment of despair, in this moment of darkness, when everything in my life is going wrong? What's the one thing that I know is true? And it's that even when life is not good, God is. So she began to sing, you are good, God. You are good, God. You are good, God. Yeah, you are good. You are good, God. You are good, God. You are good, God. Yeah, you are good. God, yeah, you are good. Oh, you are good. You are good. You are good, God. Yeah, you are good. Over and over and over she sang. I hadn't felt God in so long. I hadn't felt peace in so long. But as she continued to sing, the atmosphere just shifted. It was like peace. It was like peace was a person. He just like walked into that room. And I felt a peace that surpasses understanding. I felt a presence. And I, for the first time in 3 days, I drifted off to sleep with total peace. 'Cause you are good. You are good. You are good, God. You are good. Yeah, you are good, God. Yeah, you are good. You are good, God. Yeah, you are. Whatever you're going through, sing it with me. You are good, God. Good God, you are good God, yeah you are. Come on, church. You are good God, you are good God, you are good God, yeah you are good. I woke up the next morning in my right mind, determined to keep living, determined to keep fighting. So I made myself a checklist of 10 things that I was going to get done that day, just to get me moving. And my friends, guess how many things? Guess how many things I got done? Guess. None! Except for one thing. And I wrote a song about it as we come to an end. It goes like this. I had a checklist, a to-do list of things that I wish I'd accomplish. But I only checked one box. 9 or 10 things, maybe 11, that I was hoping I'd finish before 7. But I only checked off one. Don't forget to dish it. Don't forget to mow the lawn. Don't forget to take the garbage out when you get home. And don't give up. And that's the only thing that I got done that day. And even the next day, all over again. 'Cause sometimes it takes all that you have just to wake up again, survive that day. Believe me, that's enough. I know it's okay. Skip the other things I promise take away. Promise me you will not skip this day. Wake up again. Wake up and then don't give up. It was at the bottom in a hand-drawn box. Hard to make out, just like my scribbled thought. I didn't say much, but I got it done. Don't give up. 3 simple words, just one little task, but it took all my energy and everything I had. But I'm still here, so I must have got it done. Don't forget the laundry, separate the dark from light. Don't forget to fix the bolts, it's too dark tonight. And one more thing, don't give up. And that's the only thing that I got done that day. And even the next day, all over again. 'Cause sometimes it takes all that you have just to wake up again and survive that day. Believe me, that's enough. I know it's okay. Skip the other things, I promise they can wait. Promise me you will not skip this day. Wake up again. Wake up and then forget the dishes. Forget to mow the lawn. Forget to take the garbage out when you get home. Just don't give up. My friends, you are God's poema. You are God's work of art. And he who began a good work in you, he will complete it. So don't give up. See, I almost gave up before my song got really good. Like now people look at my life and they see what I'm doing and they're like, oh, I bet you wouldn't change a thing. What? Yes, I would. I'd change 2 things. I'd be born 6'6" and black and play for the Chicago Bulls. I have my own shoe line. And 2, I would skip cancer. But you see, if I had given up and not let God finish writing the poema, I would have missed the best part. Traveling America with my wife, blowing stuff up in church, what is happening? Getting to write songs and sing them, getting to speak. And you might say, Jason, what did you do to get to this point? What did I do? Nothing! Except for one thing. I didn't give up, and that was enough. That's the only reason I'm standing here right now. Because when you don't give up, you give God the opportunity to finish what he started and to write the poema. Let's pray. God, we thank you that you are a master artist, that you can take our mess and create a masterpiece. If only we will bring you our brokenness and bring you our heart like that leper, and we would just come to you in our brokenness. We will hear your words that say, I am willing. So God, allow us to bring you our heart and our brokenness. With every head bowed, every eye closed, no one looking around. If you're in this room and you just need a miracle, you need God to do something big in your life, physical healing, emotional healing, financial healing, mental healing, spiritual, whatever it is, I just want you to make eye contact with me so I know who I can be. I can know the faces of people I'll be praying for this week. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. I see you. Every head down, every eye closed. If you're here in this room, you've never given your heart to Jesus. You've never given your heart to Jesus. Or maybe you used to walk with God, but if you be honest, you don't really have a personal relationship with him. But today, you'd like to make today a day to remember. If that's you, I want you to make eye contact with me as the day that you're giving your heart fully to Jesus. Amen. I see you. God bless you. I see you. God bless you. God bless you. In the back, we have ushers. Pastor Justin is here in the front row. If you made eye contact with me, please connect with Pastor, one of the ushers. Just let them know. But I know I need to get ready for the next service, so I just want to ask one more question. Head bowed, eyes closed. If you're in this room and you've had thoughts of giving up, thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting yourself, maybe not even giving up on life, but just giving up on faith, giving up on God. Or maybe you have had thoughts of giving up on life. If that's you, I just want to know so I can be praying for you this week. If that's you with no one looking around, I want you to make eye contact with me. God bless you. I see you. I see you. God bless you. Oh, you are loved more than you could possibly know. And I promise you, your best days are still in front of you. I'm going to ask everyone to just make eye contact real quick. Everyone to look up. I know I'm supposed to end, but I just need to say this real quick. I remember I told my pastor, I quit. I'm done. I quit. And my pastor looked at me with tears in his eyes. He said, Jason, why? And I said, because my best days are behind me. Cancer robbed me of my best days. It robbed me of my best gifts. Because sometimes life will take from you something, and it's not giving it back. Like, that's the reality. And I've got two options. I can get bitter or I can get better. I can go back to my leper colony and spend the rest of my life angry at God. Or I can bring my brokenness to Jesus. Sometimes he'll resurrect Lazarus. Other times he'll just resurrect your heart and restore what was broken and make it one piece. I told my pastor I quit. He said, why? I said, because my best days are behind me. And my pastor looked at me with tears in his eyes. He said, Jason, I did not for 1 second believe that. Your best days are not behind you. Jason, your best days are still in front of you. And I believe a day will come where you will preach again, and you will sing again, and you will grab that microphone, and you will walk up those steps, and you will stand on that stage, and you will declare to a room full of people that this has been the best year of your life. And when he said that, I didn't believe him. I thought that was very nice, very kind, very encouraging. I didn't believe him. My friend, that was a few years ago. But I want to do something right now as we come to a close. I want to grab this mic. I want to walk up these steps. I want to stand on this stage, and I want to declare to a room full of people that this has been the best year of my life. Your best days are still in front of you. Your best years are still in front of you. So why would you give up now? We need you to show the next generation what it looks like to take a beating and stand back up and get back in the ring. Because your poema is not over. So keep fighting and show us what it looks like to be a fighter. God bless you. Do we have time for one song, or do we need to just... Oh, thanks. My friends, never forget, the best is yet to come. But all I pray is one day I will see your smile again. And all I pray is one day I will hear your laugh again. And all I pray is one day I will see your smile again. And all I pray is one day I will hear your laugh again. And every tear you cry will disappear from your eyes, your eyes.
Jason and Allison are missionaries living full-time on the road as they minister across America, reaching families in the home, kids in the classroom, and people of all ages around the world. Through their Bible streaming app MyTribe, they are reaching families in the home. Within 1 year, the MyTribe video app will walk your family through the Bible from Genesis to Acts and beyond. Experience weekly Bible episodes packed with heart and humor, as well as interactive worksheets, Bible memory songs, video games, and so much more. This powerful Bible curriculum is transforming families across the nation as kids and parents fall in love with learning the Bible together. Through Llama TV, Jason and Allison are reaching kids in the classroom with Bible-based curriculum in public schools. That's right, the principles and values of the Bible are returning to American schools. And through I Am Untitled, Jason and Allison are currently in 171 countries, reaching millions of people through music, media, and ministry. You can support these 3 missions in just 3 easy steps and receive a free gift. Step 1. On your chair is a QR code, and if not, you can scan the QR code on this screen. Simply pull out your phone, open the camera app, and point it at the card or screen. A secret link will appear, click on it, and claim your free gift. Step 2. Click the link, claim free gift, and you will receive free music from I Am Untitled, including the songs you heard today. We will only text you when new music is released. Scroll through the other links to follow Jason and Allison on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also view tour dates as well as enjoy the new Jason David podcast. Step 3. Click donate to support Jason's missionary work. You can donate one time or donate monthly to help Jason and Allison continue to reach every corner of America and beyond. If you prefer donating in person rather than online, meet Jason and Allison at their resource table in the lobby today. Anything you donate or purchase at their table will help fund this ministry. At the table, you will find Jason's new album and vinyl record Blank Canvas featuring all the songs you heard today and several more. You will also find a special shirt featuring the lyrics Allison sang over Jason in the hospital.
You are good, God. You are good, God.
Plus, at the table, you can purchase Jason's book as well as today's Blank Canvas comic book for kids, in addition to several more resources from plush toys to adventure books. And if you would like to see your kids or grandkids experience the Bible in 1 year, creating a powerfully strong biblical foundation for their lives, make sure to pick up the My Tribe Bible curriculum today in the lobby. Whatever you purchase or donate today will help our team reach families in the home, kids in the classroom, and people of all ages around the world.
Thank you for your support. My friends, your story is still being written. Your song will not end how it began. You are God's poema, and the best is yet to come. So let's end today with one final song. You are good, God. It's been a journey. I should be dead right now. But with this breath I've been given, I can't help but keep singing. Go! And we gon' sing it from the mountain light, around the world, sounding like, around the world. Yeah, we sounding like, and we can't stop. Let the chant rock. And we gon' sing it from the mountain light, from the world to the downtown light, around the world. Yeah, we sounding like. All tribes and tongues be singing, voices ringing. I ain't even got not a tongue to sing with. No tongue, no problem if the rocks cry out. I'll open up this mouth and get loud. I hear him asking, maybe stop rapping. White boy with the list just shouldn't happen. But if cancer didn't silence me, why you think I hide so easily? Nah, I was born in the valley, I was bred in the shadow. I came up to the alleys of the dead and the gallows. Killed cancer twice, conquered suicide. Took a blow to the face, but returned to the fight. Yeah, and now I'm back with a new shine. Blank canvas, God's making a new kind. So we off on a new grind with a new rhyme. And I'm like, stand up with me, stand up, let me hear you sing. Let me hear you, church. You are. Hey, hey. gonna show. Don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. At the end of the day, God's gonna show up. We're gonna be hey, hey. Don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. At the end of the day, God's gonna show up. We're gonna be okay. Hey, don't lose. Hey, don't lose faith. At the end of the day, God's gonna show up. We're gonna be okay. Thank you so much.